Hey everyone, I'm Kay Sagan. Now, with the recent news of Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, I think it's a good idea to look back on the fact that in addition to all of the various Supergirls that have existed at DC, there also have been a lot of Superwomen, and they all make pretty good Superman Analogue characters. So even though none of them are particularly important, at least in their role as Superwoman, we should at least discuss them. So let's start with Luma Lynai. She was a love for Superman that Kara Zor-El acted as matchmaker for. The creepy part, which you may recall from my video on Matrix/Linda Danvers, is that she appeared to be an adult version of Kara Zor-El. Like seriously, that was the selling point for why these two would be a good fit. She looked like an older version of Superman's cousin, but they weren't technically related, so it was okay. Technically. Anyway, Luma Lynai lived on the planet Staryl and was empowered by its orange sun. Superman traveled there and wooed her, his powers working just as well in the orange rays as he would under Earth's yellow sun. However, when he brought her back to Earth to see his home, the yellow sun of Earth proved toxic to Luma Lynai when she came there. Superman at first volunteers to stay with her on Staryl, but then eventually they both decide that he can't leave Earth undefended, and so they are left as star-crossed lovers. Literally. As far as her costume goes, I like it fine. It's a bit basic, but you can see how it's a forerunner for the Power Girl outfit, only using green instead of blue as the secondary color on the costume after white for the bodysuit. Luma Lynai is an interesting one that gets brought up from time to time. She's another example of his thing for girls with double L initials, and boys too if you count Lex Luthor's love-hate thing with him. She is, however, not as enduring as Lori Lamaris or Lila Lyril, but there have been continuity gags, such as in a JLA classified issue with a grown Kara Zor-El wearing the outfit posing as Power Girl's mother. Considering that one of the defining parts about the character of Luma Lynai was that she couldn't come to Earth without being poisoned, it's no surprise she hasn't really made that many appearances. However, on her home planet, she rivals Superman for powers, and is a pretty interesting, albeit obscure, character to reference, particularly because of the weird dynamic it highlights between Clark and Kara. But with that, I will leave you with this image that I found while searching from a different time that Superman had a love interest that looked like Kara Zor-El. It's a total non sequitur, but it's fun, and it just reminds you that comics are weird, guys. But hey, next time we'll be talking about the character that I personally think of first when you say the name Superwoman. But until then, stay super, man. Hey, and this is the part of the video where I thank you for watching. Please do all the YouTube stuff, liking and subscribing and commenting and all the stuff that helps the channel grow, because it's been really cool seeing the audience get bigger for these videos. If you like this show, you should check out the podcast that goes along with it. It's called Men of Steel. You can find it wherever you get your podcasts or at certainpov.com, where you can find tons of other great shows. And if you would prefer to dip your toe rather than listen to a full episode of a podcast, we've got clips up here on our YouTube channel, so check those out. But again, I just want to thank you all for listening to the series, and I hope you have a great week.